right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this morning's lesson, I wanted to do a response video unto this video here that was put up by Steve Ram here on YouTube. And as you can see, the title of this video reads, Breaking U.S. Military Draft Bill Just Passed. And I'm sure some of you brothers and sisters out there have already seen this news. And if not, you'll hear about it here in this lesson, man. But this is a very interesting stuff, all right? And for them to bring back the military draft, it shows that they're preparing for the war of Armageddon, all right? This is a beautiful thing, man. We're seeing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai play out right before our eyes, man. So as a believer, you should be excited. You should be more focused. You should be more locked in, because things are really about to get very greasy and very hot in the world, man. All right? It is so much going on. I mean, it is so much going on, man. But to see this U.S. military draft bill get passed, oh, man. Oh, man. You just know, like, sooner or later, bro, it's going to pop off, man. America hasn't done this in years, okay? A military draft bill? This hasn't happened in years, man. And they want, men and women between the ages of 18 and 26, right? It's a mandatory thing, man. Ain't no escaping it. So when it comes down to it, are we going to do that draft, man? And ultimately, you people will be prepared for the slaughter, because that's what it's going to be when Yahushua come back. It's going to be a slaughter by Yahushua, man. He's going to take out all of the armies of the planet Earth, but especially the army of Babylon the Great, okay? He's going to take you out, man, by fire, by destruction, all right? This is not a game, man. And I have a few precepts lined up to show you that it will be a sacrifice by the Lord. So go ahead and draft them, Babylon. Gather these people together, man, so Yahushua can take them out, all right? And we're going to get into that. So I'm going to play just a few minutes here of Steve Ram's video, and then I get into these precepts, man, all right? So here we go.
The U.S. military draft. Yesterday, June the 14th, 2024, the House of Representatives passed a defense bill that will automatically register young men ages 18 through 26 for the U.S. draft. So if you or somebody you know is between those ages of 18 and 26, men or women, we're going to be covering that in this video as well. You're probably going to want to see this video. I'm going to be covering the details for you of what it was that unfolded. And I've actually been sharing this with you for quite some time, as we heard back in November that there were rumors that the U.S. draft would need to come back. And that was because we had heard that if we were to enter into a war, or right now potentially World War III, that we currently have 1/10 of the reserves that we had over 50 years ago when we had the last draft in place. And currently in
50 years ago was the last time they had a military draft. That is very interesting, man. And also, for the past 50 years, or 50 years ago, the U.S., by way of Saudi Arabia, created the petrodollar. But we just found out recently that Saudi Arabia did not renew their deal for the petrodollar, which has been in place for the past 50 years. So this is very, very interesting, man, okay? I love Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. I love his word, man. He's making good on everything, bro. He's making good on everything, man. And you should be excited, okay? You should be excited, man. Babylon about to get cooked, okay? The Most High finna tank David, this nigga, bro. He finna tank David, Babylon, man. Yeah. Hey, bro. Hey. I'm sure you brothers out there watched the fight last night, but hey, I said it, bro. I said it. I don't see that fight going past 9 rounds, man. Tank is a monster, bro. All right. But anyway, here we go. Here we go, man.
2023, numbers have come out that the U.S. Army has had a shortfall of its goals by 23%. The U.S. Navy has had a shortfall of 20%. The U.S. Air Force of 10%. And the U.S. Marines are the only ones that have met their goals for recruits. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, this is 1/10 of what it was just 50 years ago. So we're going to be discussing what it was that passed yesterday in the House of Representatives and also why this is unfolding. Now, in addition to that, just for clarification, this passed in the House of Representatives. We're hearing that this is going to be going on to the Senate, where they're saying this will likely be not passing in the Senate. However, not because of the measure for the automatic registration for the draft, but because of other items that are included in the bill. But that means that if this does not pass because of these other items, that it sounds like Congress is on board and saying that we need a draft to be initiated as we are approaching what appears to be conflict with the United States and other nations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now I'm going to be sharing with you the latest details on exactly what has unfolded in the last 24 hours, as this just passed yesterday, as I mentioned, June the 14th, 2024, in the House of Representatives. And if you appreciate that, do me a quick favor, hit that like button for me. Just takes a second. This will also spread this information out so more people can hear the latest that is going on. To stay up to date and current with what is taking place in the world, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. It is totally free. Why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button? And also thank you to those of you that have hit that join button and are members of the channel and supporting monthly. Appreciate it a ton. Totally not necessary, but really greatly appreciated for those of you that want to take it a step further and support. And also for those of you that do that, all of these articles that I'm referencing, as you guys know here on the channel, I cite all the sources like it's a book report. I put it in the description, but if you become a member, it also pops up in your YouTube feed as well. All of these sources I'm referencing are going to be linked in the description below. They will also give you hyperlinks to the actual bill, which I have gone through, and it is massive. Wait till you see what is actually in this bill, but included is a measure that will automatically register men 18 through 26. Women are in here as well for the U.S. draft that they're saying might be needed here very soon.
Right, and just real quick, man, for you women out there, okay? Some of you want to be men so bad, so independent, so strong. Well, this is your opportunity to show us how bad you are, right? This is your opportunity, man. But see, a lot of you women, y'all go to the military, and a lot of you go straight to the kitchen. That's what I found out. You act like you're doing something, you know, and really you go to the kitchen and you make food. But you can do that at home for your own husband. But you'd rather go to the military and fix food for Esau and act as if you're doing something, right? So that you can have your bills paid and you can buy that Dodge Charger, right? Get that insurance, you know, the health coverage. But this time around, you're really going to have to fight, all right? You're going to have to actually fight. And guess who you're going to fight? The King of Kings and the Lords of Lords. And he going to smack the wig off you hoes, okay? He going to, hey, you get ready. Hey, look, he don't care how fine you is, right? He don't care about your nationality. He don't care. He going to take your ass out, right? You're going to find out the hard way. So I'm going to play a little bit more of this, man, and then I'm going to get into these precepts. You want to join the military. Okay.
And I see the comments pouring in right now. People are saying, Cat Scratch is saying USA. Abu is saying, thank you for the update. My son said that they can lock him up and take him away. Said too grown for you. Yeah, a lot of people, wait till you see the numbers on this, are saying they do not support this. I'm going to be giving you some pretty interesting reasons why. So again, do me a favor. We've got 1,114 people with me live in the room. If you appreciate the updates, hit that like button for me, and let me go ahead and get you caught up on the latest. Now, this article coming out just yesterday evening says the House passed the defense bill that will automatically register men ages 18 through 26 for the U.S. draft. It says the House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday that automatically registered men ages 18 through 26 for selective services. It was part of the annual National Defense Authorization Act, or the NDAA, which sets out the U.S. government's military and national security priorities over the next fiscal year. This year's DAA authorized $895.2 billion in military spending and $9 billion increase from fiscal year 2024. While it hasn't been invoked in over half a century, it's mandatory for all male U.S. citizens to register for the less selective services, also known as the military draft, when they turn 18 years of age. And failure to register classifies as a felony and comes with a host of legal challenges. Supporters of the amendment argue that it would cut down on bureaucratic red tape and help U.S. citizens avoid unnecessary legal issues, as well as cutting down on taxpayer dollars going towards prosecuting those cases of those not registering. It was led by Representative Chrissy Holohan of Pennsylvania and passed in the House Armed Services Committee's version of the NDAA in May. Now, the NDAA advanced through the committee in an overwhelming vote of 57-1. Now, here is what she had to say. By using the available federal database, the Selective Service Agency will be able to register all of the individuals required and thus help ensure that any future military draft is fair and equitable, she said during the debate last month, according to Defense News. She also said, this will also allow us to rededicate resources. Basically, that means money towards readiness and towards mobilization, rather than towards education and advertising campaigns driven to register people. So they're saying by just making everybody ready that if we get into a conflict, they can just simply draft you out. No need to chase people down. No need to spend money on legal issues, prosecuting people. Just have everybody automatically drafted and ready. Now,
all right, so that's all I'm going to play there on that video. The whole video is good, man. But it's about to get real, okay? And there are not many men left here in Babylon the Great, all right? Between the ages of 18 and 26, these young niggas are bugged out. They're bugged out, okay? They know how to play Call of Duty, right? Black Ops, right? They know how to play that. But real military comeback, they don't know what's going on, man. They don't know because they haven't been trained in warfare here in Babylon, man. Most men grow up in Babylon watching cartoons, right? Or playing football, you know. They had nothing to do with the military and warfare. So to take these young men off the streets, so-called, and to put them in combat with, you know, real mighty men of war who have been trained from their youth, you will see the separation. Russia trained their young men from their youth, okay? Their children get trained from their youth to be military men, mighty men, okay? I've seen videos of them, you know, taking their sons through harsh conditions, man, through the snow, you know, throwing them in the ice, you know, and in a damn ice lake and, you know, making them, you know, climb out, right? Doing crazy military drills and comeback drills, man. They punching each other like on fucking 300, right? You seen the movie 300? How the kids on there fighting, you know? Hey, it's real life here, bro. But in Babylon the Great, the men are not raised in that fashion, okay? These some young punks. These little gay ass niggas, you know, with their fingernail painted, super tight ass clothes, you know, very feminine, talking like the women, acting like the women, dressing like the women. They're not ready for no comebacks. But they will be drafted, all right? And it's going to get very greasy too, okay? So here going to my first precept, man. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8, right? It says, Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, right? And that military draft is a part of that. And there's not only, a draft for the men and women of Babylon, but this is happening all around the world, right? It's happening inside of Russia. It's happening inside of Ukraine, inside of NATO. Over in Ukraine, they're lacking men. And it was reported that they're just gathering, random men from off the corners, right? Guys who have no military experience, just grabbing them off the corners and throwing them in the war because they're being slaughtered by the Russians, man. So this is happening everywhere, okay? And the Lord is doing it. He's determined to get these people together, man. It says to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the Most High want to gather you to slaughter you, okay? It will be a sacrifice by the Lord. Oh, Salakia. My bad. This is Isaiah 34, right? This is Isaiah chapter 34, and starting here in verse 1, right? And look, as you see the subtitle, right? Look at that, man. It says God's wrath against nations, right? So this chapter goes into that, all right? In particular, it goes into Esau, right? Into Babylon the Great. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, all right? But it says, come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. Verse 2, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. Right? So all the armies, the Lord's wrath and fury will be upon them. It says he had utterly destroyed them, right? And had delivered them to the slaughter. So Isaiah saw a vision, right? He saw a vision of the Lord destroying all the armies of the earth, man. He saw them being slaughtered by the Lord. So this is how he's able to write these things down and let us know the aftermath, right? He let us know the aftermath. They will be slaughtered, okay? This is no joke, man. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. This is going into the destruction, all right? The heavens being dissolved and rolled together as a scroll, that's going into the big mushroom clouds that will happen once those nuclear missiles hit in certain parts of the planet Earth, all right? It's going to be devastating, man. It says, verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. What's the sword? The missiles, okay? Shall be bathed in heaven, meaning what's saturated. And the heaven that is going into is Esau's heaven, all right? These missiles are going to saturate Babylon, all right? It says, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. This is the Greek way of saying Edom, all right? It's talking about Esau, really Babylon the Great. It says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment, right? The people of my curse. That's Esau, man. And real quick, if you go into this word here, my curse, right? Here in the Hebrew, the word is a charam, all right? And it says, a thing devoted, thing dedicated, band, devotion, a net thing perforated, have been utterly destroyed, appointed to utter destruction. That's Esau, man. He has been appointed to utter destruction by the Lord. Okay, this is serious, man. If you go here into the root word, right? Same word, a haram, H2763, right? Once again, it says to ban, devote, destroy, utterly, completely destroy, dedicate for destruction, right? You know what? These words, all right? These words remind me of Romans chapter 9, right? With Esau being appointed to wrath, appointed to utter destruction. This is Romans chapter 9, right? In verse 22, it says, what if God, willing to show his wrath and make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? Who is that? That's Esau. He's fitted to destruction. Man, let's get the word fitted real quick. I never looked it up, man. The only time I heard of the word fitted is when Jake talking about a fitted hat, right? The hat fit just right. It fitted. Well, destruction is Esau's fitted hat. It fit him just right, man. Here we go, Greek.
Strong's G 2675. Katartizo. Katartizo.
Right? It says to render, i.e., to fit, sound, complete, to mend what is broken and rent, to complete, right? To fit. Okay. So pretty much, to fit, right? This is for Esau. Fitted to destruction, right? Also, there's one inside of Job. I think it's Job 21, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Job 21 and yeah, here we go. Verse 29. Well, 28. It says, for ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have you not asked them that go by the way? And do you not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. So they're reserved, right? There's a reservation for Esau, right? You know how Esau go out into the world, across the country, right? And they make reservations. Well, the Lord has reservations for you, Esau, to get your behind up out of here, man. Right? So once again, it says back here in Isaiah 34, it says to ban, devote, destroy utterly, completely destroy, dedicate for destruction, exterminate. Right? Eventually, Esau, you will be exterminated, man. Right? It says to prohibit for common use, ban, to consecrate, devote, dedicate for destruction, to exterminate, completely destroy. So we get the picture, right? We get the picture, man. Most High about to get rid of this boy. So once again, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, meaning in Babylon. He has a great slaughter, right? So the blood of lambs and goats and the fats of kidneys of rams, that's parabolic speaking for the people, all right? For Esau's military, right? For the people. They will be given to the slaughter, man, okay? And let's go here to Psalms 37 just to further substantiate that point. This is Psalms 37. All right, I'll get right here to the point. It says, verse 20, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. So the wicked, they're compared to the fat of lambs. So that's what the sacrifice is talking about. They're going to be destroyed by the Lord, man. Right? It says, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and the land shall be soaked with blood, and the dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses, right? Meaning paybacks, for the controversy of Zion. Now, if you get verse 8 here in the NLT, all right, it gets very detailed. And who is actually talking about, right? Here we go. You get verse 8 here in the NLT, and it says this: for it is the day of the Lord's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. So the Most High gonna get this nigga, okay, for what he has done to the Israelites. Most people think Esau has gotten away and that he won't so-called receive his karma, right? It seems as if he has gotten away with his crimes, but he hasn't. All right, he hasn't. The Most High gonna get this boy, right? And guess what? He gonna take him out. It says the streams of Edom will be filled with burning pitch, and the ground will be covered with fire. Okay, which show you what the lake of fire is. Okay, the ground will be covered with fire. That's that lake of fire, man. It's gonna seem like a lake of fire from the heavens. This whole land mass consumed by heat, man, by fire. So it's going to seem as if it's a lake, right? By the destruction. It says this judgment of Edom will never end, meaning what? His destruction will be everlasting, pretty much, right? It says the smoke of his burning will rise forever, right? And this should remind you of what? Revelation chapter 18, right? When it said that the smoke of Babylon will go up forever, it's the same judgment, all right? It's the same judgment. So this is how we know that Esau is ruling Babylon the Great. Babylon's destruction and Esau's downfall goes hand in hand, right? So here we go. Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judged her. Once again, we know what the lake of fire is. It's Babylon being destroyed, man. He's going to utterly burn it with fire. All right. It says, for strong is the Lord God who judged her. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Right. It's the same thing for Isaiah, man. 34. This judgment on Edom will never end. The smoke of its burning will rise forever. The land will lie deserted from generation to generation. No one will live there anymore. So the Most High going to destroy these people, man. Right? He has a sacrifice in this landmass. All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 39 in verse 17, right? And this is going into the destruction, man. Okay. The sacrifice of the Lord. Ezekiel 39:17. And thou, son of man, thus said the Lord God, speak unto every feathered fowl and to every beast of the field. Assemble yourselves and come, gather yourselves on every side to my sacrifice that I do sacrifice for you. Even a great sacrifice upon the mountains of Israel, that ye may eat flesh and drink blood. Ye shall eat the flesh of the mighty and drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams, of lambs, and of goats, and of bullocks, and all of them fatlings of Bashan. Once again, the rams, the lambs, the goats, the bullocks is representing the people. Pretty much the militaries of the earth, because this same thing, right? This same thing is echoed here in the book of Revelation, right? You go here to Revelation 19, right? I'm gonna start at verse 15. It says, well, you know what? I want to do it no justice. if I didn't start right here. Real quick. Revelation 19, verse 11, right? It says, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war." Yahweh Shai. He's coming to make war, right? It says, "And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns." Meaning what? He's coming to take away power from all the nations, right? "And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself." That's his position that he has, right? Nobody else had the position that he has under the Father. It says, "And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood." This is a parable, right? This is poetic speaking of Yahweh Shai doing a bunch of killing, right? This is what the Apostle John seen in a vision. He was in this clothing that was full of blood, man. That's the killing, that's the slaughter, right? It says, "And his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean." So not only Yahweh Shai is coming back to make war, right? But he's coming with a military. Okay? He's coming with a military, man. And guess what? It won't be a fight. This really the Lord just showing out, man. He's really just showing out because one angel, okay, one angel can take out all the militaries of the planet with ease, okay? They can do it with ease, man. So coming with a whole army, he's coming with an innumerable multitude of angels, all right, from the heavens. This is going to be a complete slaughter, man. It says, "And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty God." That's why he was dipped in their blood, right? And the same thing is echoed in Isaiah 63. It says, "And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God." Right? This is the same thing that Ezekiel said. So Ezekiel saw the same vision that John saw, right? It says, verse 18, it says, "That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men." So these are the different armies of the earth, man, right? The different militaries. They're going to be slaughtered, man. And the Lord got a sacrifice for the birds and the beasts of the earth to eat them. After he get done, putting them to death, man. It says, "In the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, and small and great." Right? So they're going to take part in the sacrifice of the Lord, man. And they're going to eat these people, right? Here back in Ezekiel, right, it says, verse 18, "And ye shall eat the flesh of the mighty, and drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams, of lambs, and of goats, of bullocks, all them fatlings of Bashan. And ye shall eat fat till ye be full, and drink blood till ye be drunken, of my sacrifice, which I have sacrificed for you." So the Most High got a sacrifice prepared, man. And these nations will be utterly wiped out by Yahweh Ba'ashim Hawashah, right? Going here to my next precept, This is all covering this U.S. military draft bill, man, that just passed. Most High getting ready to take you people out, man. Joel 3:9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Right. Pass that military draft bill law. Pass it through Congress so they can get it, so everybody can get ready, man. A big dance coming up with Yahweh Shai, man. It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh." So when these nations are gathered together for the war of Armageddon, the Lord is going to send his mighty ones. Who is that? That's Yahushua and the angels. They're going to come down from the heavens and they're going to get busy. Okay? This is why John is saying what he's saying here in Revelation chapter 19, right? He said he saw the armies. He saw the armies, okay, that came out of heaven with Yahushua, man. It says, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Joel saw the same thing, man. He saw the military from the heavens come down at the war of Armageddon, man. Right? David calls our mighty ones to come down on Yahweh. They're going to get busy. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. So pretty much everything is almost in order, man. And the Most High, he's getting ready to address this wickedness, all right? It's greater than the planet Earth, man. This is why the flood came. This is why Sodom got judged, and so on and so forth. Because of wickedness, man. Being at its heights, okay? It's going to be the same thing for this current world. The Most High is going to address all of these wicked issues, man. It says multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. So the different armies will be gathered, all right? And the Most High going to take them out, man. Now, I want to get this one here in 2nd Ezra 13, all right? And I'll close out on one more precept here in Revelation 19, but I want to get this one here, all right? This is 2nd Ezra 13. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. So Ezra had a dream, right? And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Who is this talking about? The man waxed strong with the thousands of heavens. It's talking about Yahushua coming back with the angels, man. Once again. Right? And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. He's coming back with the angels, right? Real quick. Revelation 1 and 7. Revelation 1 and 7, man. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so amen. So he's coming with the angels, right? Isaiah 66:15. Isaiah 66:15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. So he's coming like a storm with the angels, man. To render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. This is how Yahushua is coming back, man. He's coming back in that chariot, right? So once again, it says, and I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, right? They're going to be afraid, man. As it says back in Revelation chapter 1 and 7. They're going to be terrified, man. They're not expecting Yahushua to come back, bro. And to see that power, that glory, man. Just the sight of Yahushua, bro. That's going to mess up a lot of people's head, man. The angels manifesting themselves. We don't know how the angels look, bro. The angels can take on the form of a man, right? But these creatures, right? These living beings, okay, these messengers, they're going to manifest themselves. And only Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua know how they look, okay? We don't know how they look. But they will manifest themselves and show you real power, man. And people are going to be sick, right? Passing out all kinds of things, man. This is real. The planet Earth is going to find out that there is a God, man. And he must be feared. Okay? It says, verse 4, and whatsoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice. Right? That's talking about the laser beams, okay, coming out from the chariots. It says, like as the earth, fell it when it filled the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, right, from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. These multitude of men are talking about the different militaries of the earth, right? I just read back in Joel, right, chapter 3, in verse 14, what it says: multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So these are the different militaries of the earth, man. They will be gathered together. Now, let me grab this precept here in Revelation 19, right? Now, if you scroll down here to verse 20, verse 19, right? It says, and I saw the beast. Who is the beast? That's NATO and the EU, led by the whore. Okay? So, John said, I saw the beast and the kings of the earth, meaning what? The different nations of the earth, and their armies, right? Gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So they're going to gather together to fight against Yahushua. This is what the prophet Esdras is saying. He's saying this multitude gathered together to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So they're going to turn to fight against Yahushua, right? Verse 6 says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, right? Esdras said he had a mountain, but it wasn't a mountain. It was a huge, huge mega chariot, man. He compared it to a mountain, but it wasn't a mountain, right? It says, but I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not, because it wasn't a mountain. It was a chariot, man. Real quick. And the angels here in the book of Acts, they gave a prophecy unto the apostles, man, that this is how Yahushua will return. Acts 1:9, right? It says, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. What's that cloud talking about? A chariot came down and beamed up Yahushua as he was talking to the apostles, man. When he got done talking to them, a chariot came down and beamed them up. Could you imagine seeing that, bro? That was a crazy sight, but a glorious sight, right? And I have yet to see a Christian break this verse down. I would love for Vocab Malone or any one of you flunkies out there to break down Acts 1:9. What came and got Yahushua? Please tell us. You don't know, right? Verse 10, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. Verse 11 says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So they told him, hey, look, this is how he's coming back, man. That cloud that came and got him, he's coming back in that. And Esdras said it was like a mountain. That's why the apostles were looking up, mouth wide open, They was blown away. They was blown away, man. But it wasn't an actual mountain. It was a huge chariot that came and got Yahushua, man. And Esdras seen him coming back in that like manner, man. Right? Here in this vision. It says, verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight, because the Lord going to make them fight, man. But they're going to be terrified at the manifestation of Yahushua and the angels, man. We talking about the Lord, bro. Like this ain't no nigga from Third World we talking about. This is the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. This is serious. When he show that power, bro, he gonna real deal put fear in people, man. Right? The scripture speaks about how their hearts shall melt. Right? People passing out. You know what? That's in real quick, Isaiah. Hold up. What is it? Isaiah 13. Right? That's Isaiah 13. It goes into that, man. These people are gonna be shooken up at the sight of Yahweh Shai, man. Isaiah 13, verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. They're going to be terrified, man. And they shall be afraid, right? They're going to be afraid, man. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Let's get this here in the NLT, right? Verse 6 through 6 through 8. Here we go. It says, scream in terror, for the day of the Lord has arrived, the time for the Almighty to destroy. Every arm is paralyzed with fear. Every heart melts, and people are terrified. Pains of anguish grip them, like those of a woman in labor. They look helplessly at one another, their faces aflame with fear. They're going to be helpless, man, because they're going to know that whatever coming out of the skies, man, with that power and glory, we can't match it. What the hell is that? Okay? They don't know what it is, man. It's going to be Yahweh Shai with the angels, bro, and he's going to get busy, right? Verse 9 says here back in Esdras, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, right? The so-called violence, you know, their missiles, right? Their fighter jets, you know, their laser weapons, just a bunch of toys, man. It says he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. All right. This is talking about the chariot shooting out a massive laser beam. Okay. The blast of fire right out of his lips, a flaming breath. And this goes to show you that here in what we at? What is it? I think it's 2 Thessalonians chapter 1. All right. In that chapter, it goes into the return of Yahweh Shai. And it tells you how he's going to consume Esau with his lips. Okay. Hold up. That's Timothy. That's going into our Lord bringing that destruction. Okay. I'm tripping. Hold up. Let me change the books. I'm sorry. Titus. I'm going the wrong way. I can't find it. I'm so sorry. Timothy. 1 Timothy, 2 Thessalonians. Here we go. All right. Here we go. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1. It's chapter 2. Salakia. Chapter 2. Here we go. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's talking about the chariots. But also, it goes into the prophets, because we're the ones who's preaching, right? The coming of Yahweh Shai, and we're consuming Esau by prophesying. But Yahweh Shai, he's coming to do the physical damage, all right? This is what Paul is going into. These men saw these things, man, okay? Also, if you go to Isaiah chapter 11, right? It speaks about the same thing. Isaiah chapter 11 here, right? And you scroll down, here to verse 4, right? It says, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reproved with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. That's talking about him coming back in the chariots and blasting these devils with these beams, man. All right, we say laser beams just so that we can understand, okay? But it's a blast that he's going to blast from that chariot, man, that's going to slay the wicked and consume them, right? This is what Ezra's going into. So once again, verse 10, it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Oh, you know what? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, right? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. You scroll down here, right? You scroll down here, it says, I'm sorry, here, verse 20, it says, his severe wrath shall he sharpen a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the cloud, as from a well-drawn bow, and they fly to the mark. The right aiming thunderbolts. There's some laser beams, man, that will be used on the people, okay? This is serious, man. So going here back to Ezra's, right? Verse 11, it says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden and of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So Ezra saw the armies being destroyed, man, and he was terrified at that vision, man. He saw them being slaughtered, okay? This is why back in Isaiah, okay, here back in Isaiah, this is why Isaiah said what he said in verse 2. And then I'm going to close out. It says, for the Lord is enraged against the nations. His fury is against all their armies, right? All their militaries. He will completely destroy them, dooming them to the slaughter. This is what Ezra saw. Isaiah saw the same thing, man. So you go right ahead, America, and you draft your people, right? Get them together, man. And your Howard going to take you niggas out. That's how it's going to go down. What I just read was just a little insight, okay, to prophecy, man. As the scriptures say, we know in part, we prophesy in part. Well, I just gave you part through the Spirit. Okay, I don't know the whole overlook of it, like how it's going to be, but these precepts gives us insight to how this thing going to go down, man. So, Lord willing, it was edifying, man. All praise Yahweh by Hashem, Awashai by Hashem, Wachakadash. The abundance to the apostle, elders, the great millstone, peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom.